The green flag. The green flag means the track is clear and racing can continue normally. When this flag appears, drivers are allowed to overtake and push at full speed again. Usually, the green flag is shown after a yellow flag or a safety car period, because once the danger is removed, the race can safely return to normal conditions. Without the green flag, drivers would still have to slow down and avoid overtaking. That is why this flag is extremely important, because it officially restarts competitive racing on track. The yellow flag. The yellow flag warns drivers that there is danger somewhere on the track. This can happen because of crashes, debris, or stopped cars. When drivers see a yellow flag, they must slow down immediately, and overtaking becomes prohibited because if drivers continue pushing at full speed, another accident can happen very quickly. Sometimes only one yellow flag is shown for a minor incident, but if the situation becomes more dangerous, double yellow flags are displayed instead. And under double yellow flags, drivers must slow down even more because the track may be partially blocked. The red flag. The red flag means a race or session is completely stopped. This usually happens during major crashes, heavy rain, or unsafe track conditions. Once the red flag is shown, all drivers must slow down and return to the pit lane immediately because continuing the session will become too dangerous for both drivers and marshals. Unlike the yellow flag where racing continues carefully, the red flag completely pauses the event until conditions become safe again. That is why the red flag is one of the most serious signals in Formula One. The blue flag. The blue flag is shown to slower drivers who are about to be lapped by faster cars. When drivers receive this flag, they are expected to move aside safely and allow the faster car to pass without losing too much time, because blocking faster drivers can affect the outcome of the race. Without blue flags, backmarkers could slow down leaders and create unfair advantages during battles for position. That is why drivers can even receive penalties if they repeatedly ignore blue flags. The white flag. The white flag warns drivers that there is a slow-moving vehicle ahead on the track. This could be a damaged Formula One car, a recovery vehicle, or even a marshal vehicle. Because Formula One cars travel at extremely high speeds, suddenly approaching a slow vehicle could become very dangerous. That is why the white flag gives drivers extra warning, so they can react safely before reaching that section of the circuit. The black flag. The black flag is one of the most severe penalties in Formula One. It means a driver is disqualified from the session or race. When this flag is shown together with a driver's number, that driver must immediately return to the pits and retire from the event. This usually happens because of serious rule violations, dangerous driving, or ignoring penalties repeatedly. And unlike most other flags, the black flag ends the driver's race completely. The black and orange flag. This flag is shown when a car has mechanical damage that could become dangerous. For example, parts of the car may be loose, damaged, or falling apart while driving. Because of this, the driver is ordered to return to the pits immediately for repairs. Without this flag, damaged cars could leave debris on the track or create dangerous situations for other drivers. That is why this flag is often called a mechanical warning flag. The black and white flag. This flag acts like an official warning for unsportsmanlike or dangerous behavior. Usually, this happens when drivers exceed track limits repeatedly or defend too aggressively during battles. Unlike the black flag, the driver is not disqualified immediately. Instead, this serves as a final warning before stronger penalties are applied. That is why many drivers become much more careful after receiving this flag. The yellow and red stripe flag. This flag warns drivers that the track surface has reduced grip ahead. Usually, this happens because of oil, water, debris, or any slippery substance on the circuit. Unlike the normal yellow flag, which warns about danger or accidents, the yellow and red stripe flag specifically warns drivers about dangerous track conditions. Because Formula One cars travel at extremely high speeds, even a small patch of oil or water can suddenly cause a driver to lose control. When drivers see this flag, they usually become more careful with braking, steering, and acceleration through that section of the track. Without this warning, drivers could enter the slippery area at full speed and risk spinning or crashing instantly. That is why the yellow and red stripe flag is very important, especially during changing weather conditions or after mechanical failures leave fluids on the circuit. The checkered flag. The checkered flag signals the end of the race or session. Once drivers cross the finish line under this flag, their race is officially over. After pushing at maximum speed for dozens of laps, this flag marks the final result and determines the winner. But despite looking simple, the checkered flag is one of the most iconic symbols in motorsport history, because for drivers, seeing this flag first means victory.